What's up, everyone? If you joined us yesterday, you saw our Children of the Night episode from 1991, that film is. And that's a vampire film. Super fun, super underrated, super not talked about. So that's a movie I'm hoping more people will discover and check it out. And the actress that's in it, I discussed yesterday, Amy DeLenz, daughter of Mickey DeLenz from the Monkees. He was the drummer in the Monkees, the manufactured band. But she, 2 years after that movie came out in 1993, she starred in three horror films. Three horror films in the same year, and they're all great. All three of them are great. And I'm going to talk about those three movies right now. So the first one is a sequel. Actually, there's two sequels I'll be talking about. So the first one is Witchboard 2, a sequel to the 1986 film Witchboard. So this one's called Witchboard 2, The Devil's Doorway. If you've seen the first Witchboard, pretty much Tawny Gitane's in that. And Kevin S. Tenney directed this one too. You may know Kevin S. Tenney. He was the director of Night of the Demons. Night of the Demons is obviously one of the landmark films in horror. It's a must watch every Halloween. If you haven't seen it, what are you doing? Go watch it. Stop everything right now. Go watch it. Preferably, it's nice to watch that around Halloween. But regardless, here we are. Kevin S. Tenney did this one. It has Amy DeLenz in it, 1993. So in this one, if you've seen the first one, pretty much Tawny Gitane gets obsessed after she discovers this Ouija board and talks to a spirit. And she gets obsessed with contacting the spirit and then realizes it's an evil entity. And then her boyfriend try to overcome what's happening and get to the bottom of it. So this is a little more modern. The early 90s were so interesting for plots and themes and settings, of course. It's more modern, than the 80s just seemed. There was a modernness that rolled in with the 90s where like less of the trope, like stereotypical tropes, I guess, weren't like as evident once the 90s rolled in. So with this one, she plays a girl that moves into this apartment, discovers a Ouija board in the closet, and then starts messing around with it, thinks she's talking to a spirit that's murdered there. And you could kind of take it where it goes from there. And this one's super cool just because I love sequels. I think sequels are so interesting when the films start in the 70s or 80s and we get sequels in the 90s. It just seems like there's a flair on 90s films that I'm really been enjoying like more and more. Part of it's nostalgia. I grew up with these films. I remember watching Witchboard 2, I think it was on like USA Up All Night, or it was on Sci-Fi. This was just like a random movie I had found. Again, a lot of the times I would see these films, there was no little thing where you hit info and you see the stuff on the bottom of the screen. You had to go to like a channel and wait for it to scroll through. And as a little kid, that wasn't really your priority. Your priority was to watch the film. So that's what I did. And it wasn't until years later, as this is the story with a lot of films, I was just like, oh, that's a sequel to the movie Witchboard. I should probably watch Witchboard. So if I remember correctly, I definitely saw Witchboard 2 first over Witchboard. I have a great story, and I have an original one-sheet Witchboard poster right here. And I have a great story of how I acquired it. And I can't wait to do that video. I'm going to do that video soon because that one has a really fun story. And this is such a coveted piece that you'll see in the video that I do. I can't wait to do that. I'm hoping to do that video within the next week or two. I really want to do that because that's going to be a fun video. Just to tell that origin story of how I acquired that original one sheet of Witchboard from 1986. But yeah, Witchboard 2, it's Amy DeLenz looks real good in this one. And it's really interesting to get. She stars in 3 horror movies in 1993. And then she was in like Pacific Blue, and she was in a couple things. She was in Miracle Beach with Dean Cameron in 92, which is a hilarious movie. Dean Cameron was Chainsaw in Summer School, if you remember that one. But yeah, this is super like just drenched in early 90s. So if you haven't seen Witchboard, go watch Witchboard, and then check out Witchboard 2, because Amy DeLenz is in that one, and that's who we're talking about today. This one is so goddamn awesome. It's so over the top and wild. This has a lot of the tropes that the 80s had, but they do it in a 90s style, and it's super fun. It's super over the top, and this does seem like a film that easily could have been developed and produced and put out in the 90s or in the 80s, but it is a 1993 film, and it is called Ticks. So, oh yeah, the Witchboard, I think Olive Films, defunct now, put out this, but Vinegar Syndrome put out this nice Ticks Blu-ray, and it's got the heart. Vinegar Syndrome doing good business as usual, does the hard case. This one has Amy DeLenz in it, obviously has Seth Green in it, and Clint Howard too. I'm infested. You got to see it. You got to see the film to understand how awesome that is. Nice little slipcover here. Bam. That's actually it's 4K. Excuse me. I said that. Reversible cover art, dub disc. But this one also has Carlton from it has Seth Green, and it has Carlton from Fresh Prince in this. Awesome, fun ass effects. Tony Randall directed this little guy too. Tony Randall is the director of Children of the Night, which we talked about just yesterday. So if you're watching this video and you're hearing about all these 1993 films starring Amy DeLenz, check out Children of the Night, which was a vampire film that we talked about yesterday. Hit the thumbs up button, hit the subscribe button, let me know that you're listening. But this one's super wild. And where I grew up and where I live now, there is a tick season, and ticks are around. And you have to watch yourself if you go into any kind of wooded area most of the year where it's not snowing and super cold, because you will get ticks on you. And ticks are brutal. They can give you Lyme disease, and they're just gnarly and nasty. So if you have any kind of fear of ticks at all and you watch this film, they're going to be exacerbated tenfold. You're going to be even more fearful. Ticks are just gross son of a bitches, and I can't stand them. So this movie is just super fun. It's over the top, and that's kind of the way I like my movies. But yeah, Tony Randall did this one too, and he was on a roll in '93 or the early '90s as well. And Ticks is just wild. It's just wild, super fun. Pumpkinhead 2, my favorite of these three films. Sequel, directed by Jeff Bird. Jeff Bird did Leatherface, Texas Chainsaw Massacre 3. He did Stepfather 2. The guy has had his hands in a lot. Unfortunately, he passed away back in October 2023. Actually, remember, I was in Salem, Massachusetts, and that news came through, and I was super bummed because Jeff Bird he just seemed like such a genuine dude, and it was so, like, any special features I watched him on, like hearing his struggles on Leatherface, Texas Chainsaw Massacre 3, about how they fired him, they brought him back. He just seemed like a guy that wanted to do the right thing and wanted to make a movie the right way, and he always had issues with his productions. But anyway, this one, Pumpkinhead 2, Blood Wings, comes out in 93. I kept thinking this was 94 for some reason. So Pumpkinhead 2, Blood Wings actually did come out in 93 in Italy. It did not get released in the States until a year after that, in October of 94. So is it 93? Yeah, technically. Anyway, this one is my favorite of these three films that I'm talking about today. And this is a great sequel. Pumpkinhead is one of the first monster films that I watched where I was just like enamored with the makeup effects and just super pumped on watching monster movies at that point. Just having Pumpkinhead, the character, be developed, and he's a vengeance demon. The whole story, and Lance Hendrickson, obviously, in the first one. If you haven't seen the original Pumpkinhead, what are you doing? Go watch it. But this one, I think they really did well, developing a little bit of the origin story. The dude from Leprechaun 3 is in it as the judge, the younger version of the judge. They give a little origin story on who Pumpkinhead was. It was a deformed kid. He was actually murdered by a bunch of the high school bullies. He comes back and avenges all the people that did him wrong and murdered him, because it's the son of the judge who pretty much killed him. And the son is played by J. Trevor Edmond. J. Trevor Edmond had a great 93. You want to know what else he was in? Return of the Living Dead 3 with Mindy Clark. Great film. J. Trevor Edmond went on a run, too, in the early 90s into the mid-90s. You know him. He had this patent, 90s haircut. He was a heartthrob for a good couple years, for sure. They do such a great job with this. The throwback scenes. Also, one of the bullies that, the varsity leather jacket wearing guys that helped the young version of the judge murder. His name was Tommy before he was Pumpkinhead. Actually, Kane Hodder plays one. R.A. Mihailoff plays one. Linnea Quigley's in this as the guy that's screwing him in the bed. He's a mailman. He's a mailman that's not delivering all the mail. He's just hoarding and stealing mail. Hilarious little side venture there. Also, Jeff Burr directing this. He brings in Joe Unger. Joe Unger played Tink in Leatherface, Texas Chainsaw Massacre 3. He plays another one of the boys that was a part of the gang. They called themselves, it was like their varsity club, the Blood Wings or whatever. They were the Red Wings, and they called them the Blood Wings. But yeah, Kane Hodder in this, Linnea Quigley, R.A. Mihailoff, and Joe Unger. Both of them were in Leatherface, Texas Chainsaw Massacre 3. I think Kane Hodder did some stunts in Leatherface, actually, too. So there you go. Soli Moon Fry is in this. She's the girl you'll see with people will post pictures of Edward Furlong and say that it's his teacher that he slept with. Now, he did sleep with an older woman that was like his tutor or whatever, but the picture you see when people post that is not the teacher that he slept with. That is Soli Moon Fry, who he dated for a while. He does look like a G in that picture, though, and I see why people, think that, because she does look a little older, I guess. But anyway, and of course, Amy DeLenz is the star in this. And Andrew Robinson from, of course, Cobra. No, of course, he was in Cobra, but from Hellraiser, man. Andrew Robinson in this. Just a awesome flick. It's so good. It's so well made. And it's so funny because if you go on Rotten Tomatoes, it's probably got like a score of like 14 or something. Just because, I take shots at Rotten Tomatoes and the clowns that go on Rotten Tomatoes and perpetuate the absurdity that is Rotten Tomatoes. But this one is just so fun. They go into her the old lady Haggis from the first film. They go into her house and they end up burning her house down, and she ends up dying before she curses them and calls Pumpkinhead into action. And that's when he seeks revenge on all the boys who did him wrong, because the son of the judge who led the lynch mob against him, for being just a deformed kid. It's just great. It's just great. Greg Nicotero, I think K&B did the effects in here, because Nicotero, I think, was the lead on this, and it's just awesome. There's a great head decapitation in this too, and we love those here at Heart Guide Media. So if you like head decapitations, give us a like, give us a subscribe, comment below, go to our Instagram page at Heart Guide Media, let us know you're listening, follow us on Instagram at Heart Guide Media, subscribe to the page. I'm going to be posting videos just about every day. If I miss a day, be aware, I will be back the next day. Unless something catastrophic happens, I'll keep you in the loop. Regardless, yeah, these three films, 1993, Pumpkinhead 2, kind of 94, but it officially did get its first release in Italy in 1993. So there you have it. 3 movies from 1993, all starring Amy DeLenz, all interconnected with a lot of things we love in the horror realm. Jeff Burr, Tides of Texas Chainsaw Massacre 3, just Kevin S. Tenney, who did Night of the Demons. This is all stuff we love, and I love talking about. I could talk about all this stuff endlessly, and I will, as long as you subscribe and feed my goddamn ego. No, but I guess you gotta be a little bit of a narcissist to put a camera in front of you and have some lights and all this bullshit. But hey, we're having fun, and that's all that matters. And yeah, we'll see you tomorrow for something. I'll do something.